Hello, this is Claude, and today I'm doing a review of a new keyboard from Roccat. It's the Roccat Vulcan 120 Aimo, and basically I'm going to show you the box, and we'll start with that. That's the 120 Aimo. This is the USA or the North American keyboard version. This keyboard, actually, I'm doing the video in a North American context. And the reason why I do the video is because Roccat is a European brand, is German, and very common in Europe, not as much in North America. And finding this keyboard in stores to be able to toy around with it and see if you like it or not, you won't have that. So right now, as I do the video, this keyboard is sold exclusively at Best Buy in the United States. I'm Canadian, so I actually had to drive to, I'm from the Greater Toronto area, I had to drive to Buffalo, get the keyboard, come back. So I'm able to do that quick review for you guys. So let's see what it is. So the obvious new thing with this is their new switches, so I'll be showing you that. So what they say on the box in the back is exactly that. They've got their new Roccat Titan switches. That's their own switches. They design their own switches. They're great engineers at Roccat when it comes to marketing and the rest. They're not as good as some other manufacturers, but I have to say these switches are very good. We'll talk about it. They talk about the speed, electric and bounce, the bounce time, the bounce back is reduced by 20% to 4 milliseconds. The bounce back is very quick, so I can say that it is. I've used the keyboard for a couple of days, so I'll be able to show you that. Durability, sturdy anodized aluminum top plate. All right, this is the top plate. I'm gonna say right now what I don't like about it is the color. It's kind of silverish. I would have preferred, especially that it's an open design, I'll show you the open design, but I would have preferred if it would have been black, maybe with an option to get it in silver. But that's what it is. So, that's a top plate over there. Illumination, what is about illumination? Powered by the Aimo intelligent lighting system, which means if you got, like I did, I don't use that for my everyday, but for the video I'm using it. This is a Kone Aimo mouse. It's got Aimo, so it's going to be able to synchronize the lights with the keyboard, depending on the profile. Everybody else have it. Corsair's got that. Razer's got that. Everybody's got that. So it's a good thing that they have it too. All right, it's just a Me Too kind of deal. Technical specs: 1.8 millimeter actuation. This is good because the Cherry MX switches are 2 millimeters, so it's a 0.2 out of 2, so it's a 10% reduction. So in game, you might see a difference. Brown tactile. They compare to the Brown tactile, or the equivalent switches of the Brown tactile, which is with a little tactile feel, and the sound's about the same. Removable, they're going to make palm rest. We're going to talk about it. The macros, yeah, it's fine. Easy shift. Easy shift is basically, once you got a Roccat mouse, you can use the button here, like this one here, is like a clutch. Easy shift, then you can make the buttons have a double function, and it can work with the Roccat keyboard, the MKFX or this Vulcan or anything else. So you can do multiple combination, which is pretty good as well. Which is, I think, one of the first manufacturers to bring that. 32-bit ARM thing, 1000 polling rate, everybody's got it. The Swarm software, which is the good thing and the bad thing at the same time. The 1.8 meter braided cable, talk about that, the weight, and then the dimension is fine. Nothing else to mention that. So I'll just go real quick about these, the pros and cons. So the first thing I'm going to talk about the aesthetics of the keyboard. I really like the keyboard, the way it looks. So the switches, the open design of the switches, let me show you that. It's very nice. All right. So you've got the wheel as well with the dual function with the wheel. Talk about it. It's a great. So basically, this keyboard looks very good and it's different. So I really like that from this keyboard per se. All right. So this is a positive thing. One thing I don't really like about the keyboard for the aesthetics is the 2 screws here. You know what? You could have removed that or do, I don't know. You could have found a way to not have these 2 screws right there. So where are the 2 screws on this side? So this is just a little weird, right? So this is for the look itself. Let's talk about the construction build of the keyboard, how it feels and the build of itself. So let's start with the wrist rest. If you have, like, I've got a Cooler Master MK750, looking forward for their new 850, 851. I'll get the 850. But it's cushiony. You can see that. It's very soft and it's amazingly comfortable. I've got magnetic thing here, so that's what it is. This one here, I've got the Corsair K95 also. It's got the rubberized thing. You can add different, you can switch it around. So on the Roccat, they brought the wrist rest, detachable wrist rest, but it's very plasticky. And I'm going to show you what it is, all right? Let's hear that, okay? It's plastic, all right? Let's hear that. So there is no two surface that you can change. So it's actually feels very cheap. This is the back with the rubber thing. You know what? It's weird because you see how they get a different sections. One continuous band right here on each side. This is weird too. Anyway, so it attaches with the magnetic thing. It's pretty nice. It does attach very well. Actually, you can almost drag the keyboard with the magnetic thing. So it's very nice. So if you move this, it's gonna bring it along. So that's pretty neat as well. All right, it's just plastic and cheap. The plastic around the edges also feels very cheap. All right, so they have the anodized aluminum thing. That's good. So that's a premium material. Then they put cheap plastic around it. Don't like it. Also, so this is what it is. You can see it's a plasticky on the sides there. In the back, you will see immediately there's no grooves for cable management, but there is good rubber for stability over there. So that's a good part of it, right? Like I said, it just feels a little plasticky. No USB pass-through. As we go through it, you will see there is no USB pass-through on this keyboard. You know, some gamers do like that. To me, it's not an issue, but some gamers like that. So that's an issue here. So let's go see and listen to the switches. I'll just go and got the Word document. Let's just go and click on the switches so you can hear the switches, all right? That's the best space bar I've ever had right now. All the Corsair rattle. There's no rattle in there. So you can see the switch. The switches are very good. The sound is nice. I'm gonna say something about the switches. Basically, is that when they talk about the bounce back, you can see that the key, as soon as you release it, really springs back up. It's not a cheap feeling. It's really nice. This feels. You know what? When you close the car door, whoo, and you hear the sound, woof, you know it's quality. It feels the same. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels very good. So the switches, the Titan switches, their new switches are amazingly good. All right, Razer with their new orange switches and all that. I've tried that, didn't like it. These, I'm a cherry brown kind of guy. So these switches are very, very good. So let's go back to some of the features of this keyboard. All right, so they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 profiles. So that's nice. You can do the function profile. All right, this is my green profile and blue. That's typical. Let it switch here. Hopefully, function and F2. It should change. There you go. It's changing right now. Function F3, I don't think I've got nothing there, but we'll see what it is. Function F4 is just the basics, all right? So this is on the fly change, all right? You know, Cooler Master's got that. I think Razer's got that. Some other manufacturers have the profile switch on the fly. It's great. The only thing that is not good about that, and this is where they came up, sure, this is why I've got the love-hate relationship with Roccat. I've got tons of their products. What I don't like about them is that they do something very good and then they just missed something that's obvious. So how can you go so good in one side and then screw it up on the other? They always end up screwing up. On this one, no built-in memory. So what's the point of having all this profile? You work all the profile online, and then basically you've got, you know, you don't have the ability to keep it when you change the keyboard. I've got 5 desktops at home. I've got about 7 laptops. I do switch keyboard. I travel a lot. I bring the keyboards with me. This is a bust right there by not having the memory for that. But that's one thing. One thing that I really like as well is that they've got the game mode. I'm going to do function game mode over here, so you can see the little light lights up for the game mode. Basically deactivates the Windows key and also gives you access to the macro keys. So if I've got my macro keys right that, I've got like for B42 or exec to exec on M2. So it's not a function something. It become the insert becomes M1, M2, M3, so on. It's just a one-click thing. I really like that. I dig that. I really like this a lot. Roccat, you did good. I love my keyboards with dedicated macro keys, like the Roccat Rios MKFX. But it takes a space on the you know, real estate space on the desk. So I like not having that. So that's a great thing. All right. Exit game mode right there. Also, so you've got the scroll wheel over here. So they've got the wheel, multi-purpose wheel. I like it. The only thing I don't like is that the material is a little plasticky, cheap plastic. I would have liked it to have a premium material, but still. You've got the buttons here. They only light up in white. You got an RGB keyboard. Give me that in different colors. I'm going to show you my this is my keyboard, my you know, Cooler Master MK750. You can see on the screen. I see it on my monitor. It's flickering. There's no flicker when you look at it. All right. But here you've got the media key there. You can put RGB, you can put the colors that you want. So you can see as well, you get RGB on the side with the logo. it's a better quality feel there, all right? But the thing is that if everybody else can, Corsair as well, have these other keys, RGB, they could have done that. So that's the thing that they missed on this one. So one of the things here you can have in the volume, I'll click on the volume key, I'll put some music. All right, let's see if that works right there. Okay. All right. And then the key, that's just the volume. Alright, so that's that's a very good feature right there. So that's a good thing to have, you know, with the volume here. I like that, obviously. Everybody else and his brothers got that, but still the wheel is nice. If you do something with the wheel as well, if you put on click on FX, depending of the profile, you'll be able to change some things there. On my profile here that I've created, if I do the FX and I go down, it's going to reduce the intensity of the light to 0. And then if I right click, and you will see the intensity goes to the maximum, goes really very intense. That's the brightest keyboard, and I've got all the Corsair, the K70 from the first generation, to the Strafe, to all of them. I got them all, you know, and different, even the white ones. So I've got the K95 Platinum. I got all the Corsairs. Still, it's the brightest keyboard that I have, that I've had so far. So I really like that. So I'm just gonna, you know, reduce right there. So this is great. I like the wheel. I like the dual function of this. The new Cooler Master MK850 is going to come with 2 programmable wheels as well, so they step ahead. But still, this is very good. All right. So this is what it is right now. Like I said, the only thing that I have with the half keycap. Let's talk about the half keycaps. The half keycaps right here. It's a new design. It lets the switches shine. I like that. It's very nice. The only thing is on the first row, they should just shield them, probably more to the front, because when you are typing, you do hit that. All right, you can see, and I can see right now that these first row, I will pop some of these at some point. When you go in the other rows, it's not an issue at all, but I can see that this will be an issue at some point. Also, those who have the Aimo 100, you can see the notch here with the thing there. The notch basically is not even straight, so I can feel when I pass my finger it goes like that. All right, but the thing is that those that buy the 100, or you don't use the wrist rest, if you type and then you move your fingers along, which I do, I'm a 2-3 finger kind of guy that type, right? And then I do move along the keyboard, and you see your thumb will hit the notch over here. I'm not a fan. I really don't like it. Like I like Corsair, Cooler Master, sorry, put the magnets inside that. The edge is smooth. There's no edge difference. So this is okay, but could have been better, right? So that's one of the things as well here. I'll talk about the Swarm because it goes, like I said, the profiles, there's no built-in memory. The Swarm software is also an issue that I have with, because the Swarm, when it works, it's amazing. When it decides it doesn't work, it doesn't work. To be able to install this keyboard, actually, on my main desktop, it didn't want to work. So I had to uninstall it and reinstall Swarm. And then it could see it, but the dimming function was not working. Took it on another computer, it worked just fine. So this is Swarm, all right? It does this all the time, so this is one of the things that I'm not really a big fan of, all right? The only thing I think I have to say there, the last thing is the braided cable is very nice, right? And then you've got, at the end, you've got the Roccat, it says on the USB, on the plug itself what it is. That is the Vulcan keyboard. I like that on the hub. You always need to see what you have. The only thing is, in today's world, all of the other ones come with a detachable cable, right? USB-C or USB, micro USB or something. Still, it would have been nice to be able to remove. Like I said, I travel a lot, so I take my keyboard and I remove this cable. It travels better. And if it breaks at some point, it's much easier to change. So this is the last thing that I would say would have been a negative, something that could have been better. So for Roccat, and I know that they see the videos because they always comment on my videos. Next time, the changes you're gonna do, you should do, put cushion on this thing here, at least something rubber or something, but make it cushiony. Give it options to have that. That would be better. Put premium material all over this keyboard. All right, so that would be much better. Like I said, the first row of keycap, cover the first row of keycap a little better, so that would be better as well. Make this able to be RGB. A wheel that's gonna be metallic. Maybe a USB pass-through. I know I'm asking a lot. If you would do this, that keyboard would be an amazing keyboard, probably the best keyboard I've ever had. Once again, the switches, the Titan switches, kudos, they're awesome. I like them. So you did a great job on that. So now we just need to have like a version 2 of this product at some point. Would I spend $159 US to get that keyboard run to go get this keyboard? My answer to this right now, there's too many options that are better than that. My Cooler Master MK750 is better than that. So I wouldn't recommend to go and buy something else. A Razer Black Chroma, Black Widow Chroma version 2 is it maybe a little better keyboard than that, or the new Corsair K70 MK2 is better than that. So, but if you would do the little changes I recommended, it would be an awesome keyboard. For now, I would hold on that, but it's still an amazing, a good keyboard. But if you have something decent, it is not worth replacing that. So here we go, guys. This is my my review of the new keyboard from Roccat, the Vulcan 120 Aimo. Hope you appreciated this video. If you did, show me a like on this, on my video. If you dislike, let me know why. And if you have a chance, you can subscribe to that. Let me know if you appreciate what I do. All right. Thank you, guys, and see you in the next video. Ciao.